If you're clicking on this video, you probably want to know how to get everything you want in your life. And honestly, there's a couple of quick steps, and these are going to create a foundation for you to build the life that you want and do everything you want in your life. So, it kind of starts out with some backstory and some history, which is going to perfectly explain everything in the best way possible. And so, back when I was a kid in school, I was pretty quiet. I didn't really talk that much. I was very introverted. And when I went to class, especially as a young kid, people would be like, "Oh, that's Max. He's the shy kid. You're the shy kid, right?" I'm sure you've had a very similar sort of growing up. Maybe kids were like, "Oh, you're the class clown. Oh, you're really smart." And then over time, when people start calling you these identities, you actually just take on the identity, right? So when people said I was shy or I didn't talk too much, I actually just kind of lived up to that name, and I would become more shy and more introverted, right? But really, these identities are all just made up. Your brain is very adaptive and it wants to provide a role to society. So whatever role your brain thinks is the best at, it's going to basically double down on. So you probably double down on whatever people's identity they're calling you, which is perfectly fine. That's perfectly normal. And we can hack this to create our dream life, right? And to double down on our dream life, right? And so what you want to do is you want to basically write down everything that you want, right? Very boring step. I know it'll get very more interesting, right? You're going to write down everything you want, piece of paper, and you're okay. So I want $1 million, right? Think big, right? Think as big as you want. I want to live in a mansion. I want to live. Want to have a pretty girlfriend. I want all this stuff, right? You're going to write it down. It doesn't have to be materialistic things as well. That's just the easy stuff. You can actually write things that you want to be, right? So I want to be very athletic, very fit, very strong. I want to be charismatic. I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to be a great public speaker, all of this stuff, right? And so you have this huge piece of paper of everything that you want, right? It should take up the entire piece of paper, right? You want a lot of stuff. And then look at the piece of paper and identify what 5 to 6 things you want on that piece of paper. And if you got those 5 to 6 things, you would be stoked about, and it would actually help you kind of get everything else, right? Like, let's say you wanted to be a successful businessman. Well, if you're a successful businessman, you're going to get all of that materialistic things that money can buy anyway. So just say that you're a successful businessman, you make a lot of money. That's all you have to do, right? Simplify it down to maybe 5 lines, okay? And then once you have those top 5 important things, you're going to rewrite them, but in the third person. So for instance, I would say Mex has a great physique. Mex is a charismatic person. Mex is yada, yada, yada. Put it all in the third person. I'll explain it in one sec. Put it all in the third person and then put that into notes on your phone. So you're going to have 5 or 6 things, maybe 10, maximum 10. And it's going to be all of the 10 things, 5 to 10 things that you want that is in the third person. And if it's something that's not true yet, maybe you're not a great public speaker, you would put Mex is increasing his skills at public speaking every day, or more and more. Things like that. And so what this does, and the reason why you're going to put it in third person is because those names that we were hearing back in school were like, "Oh, Mex is the shy kid. Mex is that guy," right? Those are all things that you heard in the third person. And so what you're going to do is, now that it's in the notes on your phone, you can highlight it all, plug an AirPod in, plug some headphones in, or do it in a room by yourself, right? And then listen to what they're saying. You can highlight it and then click speak, and then you can listen to everything that you want, but it's coming from someone else. It's coming from third person. It's coming from Siri is basically telling it to you. And you're going to do this once or twice a day, either the first thing in the morning or the last thing at night, right? You're going to do this every single day, once or twice, for 5 to 7 times a week. So almost as much as you can, at least every day, once a day, right? And what this is going to do is you're going to live up to what you're hearing. Your mind is going to automatically double down on these things that you're hearing. You are going to visualize as you're hearing this. You're going to visualize yourself doing it. You're going to picture it. And what this does is your brain creates new neural pathways. It's like, oh, wow, maybe I am a little bit like this, and it starts to believe it, right? And then once you believe it, you're done. That's it. You're doing it. And you'll slowly see visual cues in your life of it slowly actually starting to take place, right? Like, you'll notice yourself being a little bit more charismatic. You'll notice yourself hitting the gym more. You'll notice yourself getting stronger. You'll notice your business doing better. And it's because you are more acting like the person that you want to become. And so when you start acting like the person you want to become, then that's the hard part. Then the easy part is you just do it and you go out there and rip it. And that is how you can easily, very easily, achieve everything you want in life with just your phone. Pretty freaking easy. So, hope you guys enjoyed.